Hi everyone, this video is to show you how to set up your mouse, set up your dock, which is down here, and to also set up your bookmarks in Google Chrome. So I'm going to try to go as fast as I can so that this video is not super lengthy for you all to watch, but it's a little bit of a lot of information at the moment. So the first thing I want you guys to do is, first of all, log into your computers, obviously, which you already did, and then down in your dock you have a system preferences icon. Most of you have already done this already, but if you missed a day by chance, you should be clicking on System Preferences, going to your mouse icon. Again, I have a non-wired mouse. I have a wireless mouse, so my options are going to look a little different. But I'd like you to make sure that you have a picture of a mouse right here. It says Primary, and then it says Primary over here. I want you to change the right-hand side to say Secondary click. All right, so you're going to make sure that your mouse is able to be right-clicked to add folders and such and things like that. So that's how you're going to set up your mouse. The next thing I'd like you to do is to set up your dock. All right. So to set up your dock, I mean, again, we did this in class yesterday, but hopefully you guys can do this. If you missed a day, you can catch up by watching this video. You're going to go to Finder, which is in the far left side of your dock. Open it up. And on the left, you will see a bunch of options in the menu. So I want you to go to Applications, and I want you to set up Google Chrome. So you're going to double click on Google Chrome, and you're going to open up Chrome, and you're going to go through the entire login process. I'm not sure if it'll do this for me right now. I already have it on my computer, so it may or may not have me go through the steps of doing it. So go ahead and say open. And then you guys can go in and log into your accounts. All right, if it asks you to say open, say okay. Log in with your regular Chrome ETHS 202 login, link data, import bookmarks, turn on sync, say yes to all of those things, okay? The other thing I want you to open up is your Photoshop. So you should go to the Adobe Photoshop CC 2018, double click that, click on the Photoshop icon. Your Photoshop icon will pop up in your dock down here, and you should have Photoshop and Google Chrome then ready to go in your dock. So to keep them permanently in your dock, you need to do what's called keeping it in the dock by right-clicking it and choosing that under the options menu. So if I right-click on my Google Chrome right now, options, I want to make sure that keep in dock is checked. All right, on Photoshop, options, keep in dock is checked, okay? Now, my dock has everything that I need on it on my personal computer here, but I want you all to delete things in your dock that you don't need. So we do not need to have iTunes. We do not need reminders, notes, the contacts, because none of this is connected to your own personal account. Messages, we don't need Safari, Launchpad, and we don't need Siri, all right? You can keep the App Store. You can keep the calendar if you would like, keep system preferences, keep Photoshop, obviously, keep the Photos app, and keep Chrome. But those are the only things you guys will need this semester. There may be a time where we might use Lightroom in this class, but I will have you guys put that in your dock when the time comes if we use it, okay? So again, I'm gonna be looking at your screenshot, and I wanna see that all of those things on your dock are deleted so that you have a really clean system to work with during this semester, all right? So that's how I want you to set up your dock. The next thing I'd like you to do is to bookmark a couple of things. So I'm gonna have you open up your Chrome, go to Drive. I already have Drive bookmarked right here, so you can access Drive this way. If you don't have a bookmark for Drive, you can go up to the top right here. You might have like a little extension for Drive right here, or you can go to that little 9 dots by your face or your icon right here and click on Drive that way. So just open your Google Drive. In your Google Drive, everybody's is going to look different. So obviously mine looks different than yours, but you should have a folder that's called Classroom. This is your Google Classroom folder that all of your current classes are going to be in and all of your old classes are going to be in. So if you open up your Classroom folder, I've changed mine to green, so notice I've put like color icons on all of these, so I have mine semi-organized for myself. But if you open up Classroom, you should right now probably see a list of like all of the classes you've ever been in, unless you're really good about deleting them. I would do two things if this were me. I have one folder that's for my current classes. So these are all the classes that I'm currently teaching this semester. And then I have a folder for everything I've taught in the past. So these are all the classes that I've taught in the past. You should probably do the same thing. So separate your current classes from the older classes that you've taken. Freshmen, you don't have to worry about this, obviously, but upperclassmen, it can get really confusing when you're trying to navigate all of this to figure out what you're currently involved in, okay? So in Classroom, I have current classes here. You should have a folder that probably looks like this: one photography period 3, one photography period 4. It's all in caps, and that is going to be your class folder, okay? So if you double click there, I'm gonna see something different than you see. I have documents that I've uploaded, and I also have folders that I've created. And so far, I just have a folder for your sketchbook assignment. What I'd like you to do is to stay organized, okay? So any way you want to do this is fine, but I would right-click somewhere in that folder and make new folders. So you're going to want a folder that's called sketchbooks or homework. Okay, so you can make a folder called sketchbooks/homework if you want to. You should also make a folder that's called edited photos. Okay, and again, I'm just right clicking to get that pop-up box and saying new folder. You should also make a folder called initial shots. And then remember we talked about the new category in Classroom today. I would say class practice. Okay. And you can make more folders as the time goes by, but for now, those are the 3 different categories or 4 different categories that we have in our classroom. So what I'm gonna have you guys do now is bookmark this page, okay? So to do that, and some of you might already know how to do this, the easiest thing I think is just to take this little lock icon right here so you can see this is the entire web address for this particular folder and drive. If you just take the lock and you drag it down anywhere in your bookmarks bar right here, so let's just say I'm going to put it right here, it'll make a little bookmark. So if I clicked out of here and went to my drive, and then I clicked back here, it'll take me directly to that photography period 3 folder. You guys can right click it then, and you can edit it if you'd like to and name it something different. Like you could just call it period 3 to save space and say save and be done with it, okay? So I want you to have a direct link to your photography folder. You should also have a link to just your overall drive, so taking you to drive, just in case you end up saving things here that I need to help you find. Have a link to your overall drive. And then I also want you to have a link to Classroom, okay? So what you should do next is to find your Google Classroom, however you usually do. Click on your period. So see, I've got different classes here. So click on period 3 or period 4. And then I want you to go to classwork, okay? And I want you to bookmark specifically classwork. So take that lock again, drag it down, and call it, you can call it period 3 again, or you can call it photo, or you can call it classwork or photo. You can just leave it however you want to do it. But regardless, now you have a link. So if I'm here, let's say I X out of it, and I want to go directly to our classroom site, you're going directly to classwork. Stream is not a good view. Stream gives you a giant list. The giant list is annoying. So go to classwork and make sure you're bookmarking it. There are going to be other things that we use in class, possibly Kahoot. Make sure you have like your mail bookmarked. I have my Outlook mail and my Gmail from school bookmarked up here. If you want to bookmark the daily update, you can do that. So I have our daily update bookmarked, so I can easily click on that too. I have like YouTube Studio where I have all of your how-to videos up here. So there are going to be, if you're not a fan of bookmarks, they are super duper handy. If you have a ton of bookmarks already set up the way you like them, then I only am asking you to do the classwork and the drive for sure, okay? So now that you have your bookmarks set up, you have your dock set up, and you have your mouse set up, what I'd like you to do is to go to classwork. Let this be shown that you're in classwork, and I want you to take a screenshot of your computer. So what I'd like you to do is hit Shift Command 4 on your keyboard. And you can see that I've got a little target now that's going to actually take a picture of this entire screen. So there's 2 different ways you can do this. This, you get to select what you are taking a screenshot of. I'm going to select my entire screen by dragging my mouse over it, and then I'm going to let go. And you'll notice on my desktop, now that I have something called a screenshot, right? So if I open up my screenshot, it's just a picture of my desktop. So I can see my dock, I can see my desktop, and I can see the bookmarks here, okay? I just want to be able to see your name up in the upper right-hand corner so that I know whose is whose. So to please just make sure that you get your name captured up there. And that's it. So I'm going to have you take a screenshot. I'm going to have you right-click your screenshot and rename it. So call it your last name. Oopsie. Let's go to rename again. Your last name. My last name is Coleman. Underscore is how we're going to name things. Screenshot. Okay. So my screenshot is ready to go. It's sitting on my desktop. I'm going to go back to my drive now that I have a link for it. Period 3, let's use. I'm going to go to class practice because this is again is a practice. I'm going to open that folder. I'm going to make a new folder that's called my last name screenshot. And I'm going to create a new folder in class practice. And I'm going to take that screenshot and just drag it into that folder from the desktop. It's going to take just a couple seconds to upload here. All right. So now I'm just going to open that folder, make sure my screenshot's in there. Perfect. So instead of turning in this file, I'd like you to turn in this folder. And this is how you will turn in images to me. So you will have images, many images in one folder with your name on it, with the title of the project on it. So to get a shareable link for this, you can click on the folder at the top of your screen and say Get Shareable Link. Make sure link sharing is turned on, so slide that over to green. And the second you turn that on, it's going to automatically copy this entire link. So you do not need to go back in and copy it. Okay, so now the link is copied to my clipboard. And what you need to go do is go back to your classroom site, go to Turn in Screenshot folder here, click on it. Go to view the assignment, and then you guys see something different than I see, but over here you'll see like an attach link screen, and I want you to hit attach, scroll down to where it says link, and copy and paste, just paste that link. So you can right click and say paste, and that will allow you to paste it there. All right, so all these instructions are actually in your classroom assignment as well, but here is also the how-to video on how to do all of this. I can help you with that part in class since I can't exactly show you what I'd like you to do here. So if you need any help, please just let me know. And that's it. So that concludes setting up the mouse, the dock, the bookmarks, and also turning in a folder of the screenshot of all of this for points. Okay, thank you and good luck.